Welcome to the temperate deciduous forest.
The temperate deciduous forest is a biome with a mild climate, with temperatures that in the summer months can average from 50 to 70 degrees, and in winter they can get much below freezing.
Deciduous means leaves that change color in the fall and then fall in the winter.
The ideal conditions for the forest are lots of rainfall, warm summers, and cold winters.
Most temperate forests are in the eastern U.S., Canada, Europe, China, Japan, and southwestern parts of Russia.
The temperate forest has 5 zones.
The first level of the temperate forest is the stratum zone. It has the tippy tops of trees from 60 to 100 feet.
Number 2 is the small tree zone. There's a lot of growing
Zone
trees.
3 is the shrub zone.
It's home to small plants and bushes.
Zones 4 and 5 are on the ground. 4 and 5 are on the ground. They're home to small plants like basil and ferns, as well as lichens, mosses, and grass.
The forest has millions of species of plants and animals.
2 examples of plants in the forest. One is the maple tree. Its scientific name is the acer, and the other is the spring beauty flower, or Claytonia carolinana. 2 examples of animals in the forest. One is the red-tailed fox, or the Vulpes vulpes, and the other is the white-tailed deer, the Odocoreus virginatus.
Animals in the forest have adapted very well. The tamiest, known as the chipmunk, has pouches in the cheeks to store nuts. The spring beauty flower has adapted to grow in shadier and drier conditions.
The forest is also home to many symbiotic relationships. The wolf, Anis lupus, preys on the deer, cervidae.
That is an example of prenation. An example of parasitism, the winter tick, or the Dermacentor albopictus, piggyback on mooses, or the Latin name for moose is the Alcis alcis. They piggyback on the backs of mooses and they prey on the moose's blood. They get food and transportation out of this while the moose is harmed.
An example of commensalism is the chipmunk or the tamiest getting their habitat from the maple tree known as the acer. This does nothing to the tree.
The deer, or cervidae, will let some birds, aves, eat insects off of their back. The deer is free of insects, and the bird gets a free meal. This benefits both parties and is an example of mutualism.
Limiting factors are things that limit the ecosystem from growth.
In our biome, there's 2 limiting factors: deforestation and urban growth.
There are 2 types of limiting factors. One is dependent. Density-dependent factors regulate growth of a population based on the density, while independent factors regulate growth not based on the density of a population.
Some abiotic factors include topography, temperature, light, wind, and soil.
Succession is the change in either species, composition, structure, or architecture of vegetation through time.
The difference between primary and secondary succession is in primary succession, newly formed rock is colonized by living things, and in secondary succession, a colony disturbed and is then recolonized following the disturbance.
Here are some endangered species.
The bog turtle, known as the Glyptamus molenberg, is endangered because of habitat loss.
The Carolina northern flying squirrel, also known as Glycomus sabinus, is also endangered due to habitat loss.
Another endangered species is the Appalachian cottontail, or Cyvalagus obscurus, is endangered due to hunting.
Here are some invasive species.
An invasive species is a foreign organism that causes problems in the ecosystem it's new to. The invasive species in the east coast of the U.S. is the Joro spider, or Trichonophilia clavata. It's venomous and it arrived in Chinese exports. Another invasive species is the garlic mustard plant, or Alliaria petiolata. Its seeds kill soil and other plants, and the seeds were introduced accidentally from Europe.
Biodiversity refers to all life on Earth.
The 3 level diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. The 5 values are total, primary, economic, ethical, and use.
Its economic value is $894 billion.
Our 2 ecological problems are insect outbreaks and water pollution. We can solve insect outbreaks by using non-harmful pesticides and insecticides. We can fix water pollution by utilizing water pollution crews and making new laws that ban corporate water pollution.